Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo, and welcome in Thursday morning, Off the Bench, coming at you from the LSU parade grounds right in the middle of LSU's campus. And this guy next to me, definitely not Jacob Hester.
No.
This is Chris Marler.
How are you?
Chris Marler, what's up, buddy? Good morning.
Not much. Good to see you.
Hey, I know this is the first time you ever heard the intro to the show.
Yeah.
So how was it? Was it good?
So I've listened to you guys in the morning a bunch, but as you called me out for yesterday, it is at 9:30 a.m. and beyond. It is never. I'm not trying to wake up early listening to you and Hester that early. I mean, I think I'd done it once when I had to take Allie to the airport, and then I was like, "It's great radio. I love it. I want to go back to bed now."
Absolutely. Thank you for the, I guess, the compliment, but thank you, sir. Good morning, everybody, and I appreciate everybody joining in. We are, of course, live on remote from the LSU parade grounds, and we are doing so for a fantastic reason, a fantastic cause. We told you a little bit about this on our show yesterday, and if you've listened to any other shows throughout the day, we've all talked about it. All day long, we'll be here from the LSU parade grounds. Our show, Hunt Palmer show, Matt Moscona's show. I'm looking to my left. I see Michelle Southern. I see Brian Haldane. We got Talk 107.3. We got 98.1 here. We're all here to support a good cause. Team Cate. We are here to raise awareness and try to encourage people to come to the LSU parade grounds today. There's a big event, it's a swab event happening today from
get swabbed.
10 a.m. to 5 p.m. today for 11-year-old Cate. Cate Hargett. She was diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer, and what she has to do is have a bone marrow replacement,
right.
And when I started hearing about this, I learned a lot about it because it's like, man, it's not like finding a blood donor. It's like a very specific treatment.
Specific.
And so what they're doing is they are trying to find a rare match for her.
Right.
And all it is a little cheek swab and to see if you would potentially be a match. And the age group is the preferred age group. The most likely chance is 18 to 35. So that's why they're holding these events at college campuses. So Guarantee Media, we decided it'd be a great idea if we could. Wouldn't it be cool if we could find a match here today?
Awesome.
So I'm going to be getting swabbed, and I hope that you guys, if you're listening, you could look into it. And if you have some time, if you're around and willing and able, it would go into a database, and it's not just for Cate. If anybody down the road were to match with you, you would have that opportunity at the time to help and,
it's also
and save a life.
Like you said, the thing with the blood donor, like you don't know if you would be a match in the first place. It is kind of more rare, so it's a really good cause, and it'll help a long way.
Telomere biology disorder, so TBD, and it's a bone marrow failure disorder. So it's something I had never heard of, but it's basically a TP53 mutation. And a biopsy this past fall, and then another biopsy in February confirmed the results. And so it's kind of like up against the time clock too. So it's not malignant yet, but it will be soon. So the faster they can get this and the bone marrow, it's the better chance she has to find a life.
Get down here and get swabbed.
Get swabbed, people. So we're going to be here all day. Yeah. All the shows coming at you from the parade ground. It's a beautiful morning too.
It really is.
Glad it wasn't raining.
I didn't think.
What do you think we would
about
have
that?
done?
I feel like we probably still would have done it. It just would have been soaking wet.
Well,
I don't think Moscona would have let us not do it. Like outside. I feel like he would have made me sit outside, and you guys would have been live inside.
Cassie's here with us, holding down the fort. What would we have done if it was raining today? Because we got this electrical panel, we got all these wires.
We could have figured it out.
All right.
Get some covers for all the equipment.
Yeah, me and Flynn are good with technology, so I feel like we probably would have just.
It's for a good cause.
That's right.
True.
Well, Cassie, thank you for being here. We got Alondra and Taylor. Taylor, we heard your voice for the first time in a long time, and it didn't sound very good either.
No, in fairness, it actually didn't. I don't know what happened, man. Got choked up, maybe emotional being back, not sure, but we're here. We're ready to go.
I think it might have been shock in his voice when he saw you sitting here.
Yeah, he's like, that's not Jacob Hester. That's an even better running back from the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yes, right. And then, yes, again, that voice right there is Mr. Chris Marler, who, of course, is nationally famous for your SEC college takes on all sports.
Yeah.
But maybe even more so for being just crushing the social media game here at 104.5.
Yeah, we've been doing that for a couple of years now. I think I had my 2-year anniversary. It was not recognized at the office, which was pretty frustrating. We're on the parade grounds. I kind of, seemed kind of like a seamless thing. But no, we've been doing that for like 2 years. Then right into like SEC over at LouisianaSports.net. That's about it, man.
Okay,
it's been a lot of fun.
And so you've been working for 2 years with the social media stuff, but you made the move to Baton Rouge.
I love Baton Rouge.
Okay.
You guys found any excuse to drink or eat, which I have been doing for most of my adult life. So fit in really well. Also, I didn't know what a magnolia tree was until I moved here, and that's beautiful. That's been really, really nice. And the campus is beautiful. I love Baton Rouge.
What else do you love?
Long walks in Baton Rouge.
What other schools do you love?
I'm not doing this with you. I grew up in a household full of...
Marler had one request yesterday.
I said, right off the bat, I said, can we not do this? We made it 7 minutes into the show.
Well, it's coming up, first segment. So go ahead and tell the people.
Huge fan of Georgia College and State University. Played baseball there. Everyone knows what that is. It's basically the LSU baseball of Baldwin County, Georgia, which is great.
Okay.
I grew up in a household full of Alabama fans, so that was the fandom I grew up around.
Okay.
I was a big fan of you even in college, man.
It's okay. I grew up at a house full of Baylor Bear fans.
Ooh.
Why?
That's way worse.
No, it's not, actually.
Were you near Waco?
No, I was in Tyler, Texas.
I've heard of Tyler.
Sorry, my family went there.
To Baylor?
Yeah.
Are you getting defensive after you started this whole segment making fun of me?
You're an Alabama fan.
Well, guess what? My whole family also went to Alabama. Nope, not at all. None of them. Just fully 85%. None of them went to Bama like most of the fan base.
But okay, so I am curious. We've never really talked about this.
No,
so
don't.
You did. So you're not from Louisiana.
No, from Atlanta, Georgia.
So how did you get connected with 104.5?
That's a great question. I thought you were going to go somewhere else. I'm glad we went here.
You're welcome.
I think I met Matt at like media days.
Okay.
And we hit it off, and to the point where I was like, man, we have a ton in common. We're clearly friends. Luckily, I found out afterwards we did not have a ton in common because he is the most. I'm not saying I'm not hardworking. He's the most hardworking person I've ever met in my life. Love Matt Moscona for giving me the opportunity here.
Did you just out yourself as being lazy?
We're not alike at all. He works really hard, and then there's me. No, Matt and I think met at media days, and then like I was at Saturday Down South, and I was hoping to leave, and luckily it all worked out to where. There was a spot that you guys needed filled here, and I moved down here. But I was in Atlanta first doing this remote, and then or working remote, and then I was like, man, everyone else is having way more fun in Baton Rouge. I don't want to be over here. I saw like Taylor and Alondra and everyone going to like all the LSU games, and I was like, this is way better than Atlanta.
Super fun.
Yeah, and Atlanta's fine, but like, I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Okay, so when we asked you to come host the show, and I told you, I'm like, all right. So I didn't really, a lot of the chops, but you're kind of frequent a lot of the TV shows or radio shows. You're kind of like a SEC pundit.
I think that's a good word for it.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Not like Feinbaum and stuff. Not like as a caller, which is nice.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Did you know that the NFL has a thing tonight? It's called the NFL Draft.
I heard about it. Yeah. So they got to go to Iran.
What now?
What happened? What did you say? Not that kind of draft. Yeah, this is one of my favorite days of the year. It's one of the best days of the sports calendar.
Iran, not Iran.
Oh, that's right. That's my bad. That's what, let's start the show over. Segment 3, we're going to get into Iran. How's the chat doing?
The chat's fantastic. Marler,
Don't tell me anything from the comments.
No, I'm not going to tell you anything from the comments. Marler is a little self-conscious, I would say. Is that a safe word for it?
I wasn't gonna. I wouldn't open with that. We're 10 minutes in. I wouldn't.
Okay.
I would say sensitive for sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't have openly said self-conscious because that would have outed me further. But yeah.
Well, I didn't want to say sensitive at first because I didn't want you to get.
What else should we bring up?
About it.
I barely passed 8th grade. You guys want to talk about that?
All right. And the only other thing I know about you is you are a big cat lover.
No, I don't like cats. Cats are like snakes with legs. Like they are always up to no good. I'm not a cat person, but I do love dogs. I do love dogs a lot.
Okay. And you have a dog?
I do.
How many?
I have one.
Okay.
Her name's Pepper. We could talk about her for the full third hour if you want. I almost brought her today, but I didn't want her to steal my shine because that's what she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you have to wait for the third hour to talk about your dog? Do you really love her?
Don't start this. Don't start this. She's probably watching right now.
Does she wake up this early?
She gets up this early. Unlike me, she gets up super early. Really hard worker. Gets up early. Yeah, that's Pepper.
That's Pepper for you.
You guys know Pep.
But you're right. You were about to say that this is one of the greatest or the best days of the year. I mean, it's probably a strong statement. The draft is cool because there's so much build-up to it.
Yeah.
But it's a good day. It's finally a day where it's good for people that have sports shows because you can stop guessing and having to talk about the same 5 guys under the same pick at the same time. So.
You know what's crazy to me is there's jobs in sports that I'm like, how did that person do that? Joe Lunardi works for ESPN, does a great job, but his whole thing is bracketology. So in like October, he's like, y'all, this is going to be the 68 team field in March Madness. And you're like, brother, it is October. Go take a nap. And he does that every week for the whole year. And then I guess he summers like a teacher would. He's just like, now he's done. But like the NFL mock drafts do the same thing. They are not even remotely close when they start doing this. I was looking at one of our old graphics from yesterday, and it was a projected first round for 2026. It was right after the draft from last year, and it was the first 3 from the SEC. Garrett Nussmeier, number 1 overall. Why am I drawing a blank on this? I cover this team.
Klubnik?
Sellers.
Lenore
Sellers was top 10, and then Nick Harbor was the third highest, and then I think there was 3 or 4 other ones in the top 15, and none of them are going to be in the first rounds, like Deontay Lawson, Damani Jackson from Alabama, and one other player. So, yeah, I mean, it's a fun day. I'm glad that we don't have to have any more projections anymore.
Yeah, we've talked about that a lot. It's like where we were at SEC Media Days, like talking about all those people that were there, like all the quarterbacks, the quarterback power rankings that just got flipped on its head was a pretty wild ride. And certainly probably the leader of that pack would be our own Garrett Nussmeier, who we'll talk a little bit more about throughout the show today. Certainly.
I'm excited for him,
he was on Gruden last night or yesterday. They finally dropped the Gruden QB school or QB class or whatever he calls it. Is John Gruden like one of the funniest dudes on planet
unintentionally
Earth?
Hilarious.
Unintentionally, he's unbelievable.
Yeah. Also, I do love how mad he gets about, like, on every episode. I'm so dumb that like every episode that I watch, I'm like, that guy is going to be the best quarterback in the history of college or NFL football. And it's like the Sawyer Robertson or what's the kid from Baylor?
Yep.
He was like, I deleted my LinkedIn. I never even updated it. And I was like, brother, you should probably be on the safe side. Fernando's over here like live posting from his LinkedIn.
Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into a lot of drafts. We'll get into some Garrett Nussmeier, but I did want to, like I told you yesterday, I gave you fair warning, too, about the show. I said, hey, look, I'm going to be coming in. I'm going to be a little tired. About 3 or 4 months ago, I committed to a concert in New Orleans with some friends, and, well, they had to call that in. They had to remind me, last week that I had a concert. And I was like, oh, gosh, yep, I sure do. Jake's not going to be here next Thursday. Probably shouldn't go to this concert, but, of course, I went to the concert. So I went down to New Orleans. It was my first experience with a jam band. How do you feel about jam bands? Big jam band guy?
When I was like 26 and under, big fan. I still listen to like Dave, or sometimes I'll pop in like an old OAR.
Okay.
But none of the other ones.
Well, this was the band. I've never been to a jam band. Well, I mean, I guess if you say OAR is a jam band, I guess, but they're a little bit more, like, they have lyrics.
Yeah.
So I went to
really deep ones.
It was at the Sanger Theater. It was like a big deal, apparently. A band called Goose.
I've heard of Goose.
You heard of Goose?
Yeah.
I had never heard of Goose.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird move for you to go.
Not to be confused with the band Geese. It's a different band.
So there's a solo artist. He broke off like Don Henley from the Eagles. That was Goose, and they used to be the Geese.
Yeah, no, it's a completely different genre, apparently, from Geese. I went, and my God, that's legit.
Oh, they're good?
Well, okay, they are very talented.
Yeah.
And, like, the first 4 songs were incredible. Now,
and the first 4 songs lasted 3.5 hours.
It was an hour and a half for the first 4 songs. It was, but it was good. Like, they were talented, and they just, like, kept going. And it was like, man, I was watching people, great people watching. Like, there's this one guy, they started the song, like, he started in Louisiana, and by the end of the song, he ended up in space.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Outer space. I made eye contact with another guy. It looked like he hadn't blinked since, like, 2004.
Love that.
It was unbelievable.
That. Yeah, I feel like that's one of my favorite comedic bits about this. Kyle Kinane used to always say, I don't love jam bands because all I see or hear is 5 stepdads that don't know when to stop. And they just keep going.
Yeah.
They just keep going.
There's a lot of, guys, I'm 40, so I can't say older guys now because I'm kind of that. But there was older people than me with like a lot of widespread panic.
Right,
and, different, guys that have been around the block.
Yeah. A lot of Bill Walton in them.
But I got to say, there was a lot of kindred spirits when it comes to dancing there. It was like, you got to stay, like everybody's in the pocket. And they're just moving back and forth. That's my type of dancing. And so,
I don't feel like that's the kind of dancing that goes on there.
No, it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it's at the Singer. It's like you're in seats, so it's not in a mud.
I feel like a lot more arms.
Pasture. There's a little bit of that, but there's a lot more just like swaying back and forth and not blinking.
Okay.
That's really kind of what happened.
I really want to reiterate the not blinking part. Not blinking since 2004 is a crazy, crazy description.
Yeah, so they played 2 nights in a row, and I think each concert was like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's a 30-minute intermission because they just like they're playing the same notes over and over for like 18 minutes. 9 songs.
Shut up.
Yes. So I don't know. We didn't finish. We didn't stay the whole thing yesterday. Shockingly, I had to get back to do radio with you.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't get back till about 1:30, but we stayed for a while.
Do you think they're still playing?
They could be still playing that same song
on the 11th song.
They're on the song 11.
I always love that too. When like people that get into jam bands, like really get into jam bands, where they're like, "Dude, this is my 38th show in the last 5 years." You're like, sick, bro.
Yeah.
Like they would zoom in on like during the COVID years.
Yep.
But like the idea that those shows are totally different always kind of cracks me up.
Yeah, and I was just like watching it. I'm like, man, these guys, like the guy has a nice voice. He should use it every now and then. And
That's what people say about you.
Like, thank you so much, Sam. These jam bands, it's like all build up. It's just like they just like tease you with the voice.
There's never a beat drop. It just turns into another riff on the guitar.
Yep. And but it was impressive. They were very talented.
That's cool.
So I enjoyed it. I did it.
Yeah.
I don't really have to do it again. I don't really do it again. There it was.
Right.
So you ever been to a jam band?
No, I've never.
Have you ever heard that term before? You're a little young.
No.
You ever heard the
I
term
made a Don
jam
Henley
band
reference,
before?
which is 30 years ahead of her time.
All right. Let's go to break. Stick with us. We got a great show. Flynn, Chris Marler coming at you from the LSU Parade Grounds all day. Stick with us right here. We're going to talk all things draft. We got Chef Michael Johnson on the show later.
Oh, I love that segment.
Well, you're going to be part of it.
All right. Talk about food?
Get a food question
Kind of my
ready.
go-to. I got plenty.
That's right. Ross Jackson's going to join us in the 8 o'clock hour as well, and we're going to try to see if Jacob Hester's not too big time to join us at some point as well to come live at from the NFL Draft in Pittsburgh. So stick with us right here. We'll be right back right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. That is getgordon.com. And, of course, that's the website for Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. If you have been injured, and whether it's in a car wreck, you got a little fender bender on the way to work. Maybe you were rushing around like Marler does sometimes. And just things happen, and they're not always going to be your fault. Maybe you're injured on the job site. Maybe a little slip and fall, a little hand, whatever it is. Make sure you give Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys a call and let them fight for you. They've been doing it a long time. Their team of attorneys right there is the most experienced and the best around at what they do. So give them a call. Let them get what you deserve. We've seen what Gordon McKernan does in the community with all his charitable donations and all of his events. We've seen the billboards. We know what he does with the G team and the NIL space. But at the heart of everything, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys are here to fight for you. So anywhere in Louisiana, doesn't matter what the area code is, call 888-8888. That's 888-8888 or go to getgordon.com.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in here to Off the Bench on Thursday morning. Flynn, Chris Marler joining you from, the LSU Parade Grounds.
Yeah.
How's our view behind us? Can we see Clock Tower?
So that's Memorial Tower, built in 1784. Ben Franklin actually designed it. And it was actually designed to keep the British at bay. So
All the way from Baton Rouge?
All the way from Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, a key figure in the industrial and also American Revolution. So,
okay, well, there you go, people.
I researched.
I wouldn't believe there's a lot of things that Chris Marler is very good at.
Oh, no, there's not.
And you can believe what he says. Anything about SEC, anything you see on our social media page.
For sure.
But when you start quoting history, I think probably beware.
That's where we stop, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I guess it could have. Like,
no.
The Brits wouldn't have known what to do with that.
If they built that a full 100 years before LSU opened, that'd be kind of crazy. I will tell you, moving to Baton Rouge, I've been really getting into, like, we've leaned in hard. We love it. We just love it here. We really.
Would you consider yourself an LSU fan, enthusiast, follower?
Well, I'm an objective member of the media, and so I can't be out here cheering in the press box.
But I hate every other school except LSU.
So Matt gives me a hard time about this all the time because I do love college football so much. So, like, my fiance went to Auburn. I will, on occasion, pull for them if it makes her happy. I pull for LSU in every game that they play, except for one or two every year.
Except for one or two. Okay, so I would say an enthusiast.
Yeah, I love the tradition here. I nerd out about this stuff so much because we were like driving up here today, right? Mm-hmm. And pulling up in our new VW Atlas from South Point VW. There you go. Nope, they can't do that. I thought that was they sponsor the show. Okay. Well, anyway,
just leave that to me.
In an old
Stop
Hyundai.
Talking.
And
Stop talking.
Stop talking so much.
We passed by the what was it? The Ag Center, and it's like that's crazy that is just it's an Ag Center, and that's where Pete Maravich put up like 48 points a game one year. Like there's so much history here.
Did you walk in and take a selfie?
I did not do that because it felt like there's a lot of livestock in there now, which I don't know. And I got shoes on.
But it's still where he was. You can still take a selfie.
We'll do it after the show.
Yeah. Well, if you're wondering, clock tower's right here.
Yeah.
Right in this thing. You can't really see it. How many milligrams of caffeine are in this water bottle with the red stuff?
400.
400, that's it?
That's it.
I think that's over the recommended limit per day.
I did 10 hours of energy to wake up. Took 2 5 hours, and then I got this one. Yeah.
Now you got this one?
Yeah.
Okay. He's about the amount of milligrams you're going to have before the show's over is going to have a comma in it.
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your average milligrams per day intake, you think?
We're about at it, I think.
Okay, but you usually don't wake up to like 9.
I forgot about that second 5 hour. I wake up at 7:30 every day. I don't wake up. I've really done a bad job of painting myself in a positive light the first 30 minutes of this show. No, we get up early every day, and then we just, we get it going. I shouldn't have brought up let's get back to the draft.
Well, okay.
Enough history.
All right, fair enough. I know you want to just dive right into this draft because you are, like you said, you're a college sports fan, no matter really what the sport or the school, especially Alabama. But eventually, those guys that play college football have to go live out their dream of playing the NFL. And that dream comes true tonight for 32 individuals who will be drafted in the first round. And all eyes, of course, around here, most of the talk that has dominated our 104.5 ESPN draft talk is certainly the number 8 pick. So, you were doing a little research yesterday.
Yeah.
I was proud of you.
Thanks, dude.
Hey, dude, anytime.
Thanks, Dad.
Anytime. You were researching. You were sending graphics.
Yeah.
And you made some graphics. Because that's what you do. That's your day job. You make graphics, you post, you get creative. So we got some odds to be the Saints' number 8 pick. And these are the odds per, is this DraftKings?
This is from Bet Online.
Okay, Bet Online. Yeah. And the favorite to go number 8 to the New Orleans Saints is wide receiver Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. He's plus 225.
Yeah.
So he's by far the favorite. He is more than double Mansour Delane, who's plus 450. Now, we've talked about Jordan Tyson. I don't know how much you know. I know you're kind of hyper-focused SEC, but Arizona State, an incredible athlete.
Yeah.
Like one of the few guys, and Jake's talked about this a lot. He's one of the few guys, like if you were to point somebody athletically that would fall in the top 10, like you could say, all right, I could draft this wide receiver, and he is worthy of having a single-digit number by his name.
Yeah.
It would be him. Now, there's a risk-reward situation because he has soft tissue injuries. He's had a history of injuries. And, of course, number 1 receiver for the Saints, Chris Olave, has had the same type of history. So you're kind of drafting the same risk-reward as you already have with Olave. Now, if he hits, he's going to be a home run. But I do think that it's one of these picks that if they make it, everybody's going to be happy. Like, there's not a Saints fan that's going to be upset about this pick. And there's a handful of guys.
There will be one. There will be. That's the beauty of the NFL draft.
There's going to be somebody. But do you know if you followed Jordan Tyson much? Because I certainly didn't until kind of this draft process was happening.
He's not a guy that I like. I've seen his name a bunch. You look at I'm on the day of the draft. One of the things I love to do more than anything is look online at like FanDuel, DraftKings, BetOnline, and just see where the movement is with the money, because Vegas is rarely wrong, right? Tyson is the favorite. He wasn't a week ago. What's interesting about this is that like less than a week ago it was Carnell Tate, who still has good odds, but some of the other players that were much higher have really fallen off, and so it seems like it's down to three people. It's Tate, it's Tyson, or it's Mansour Delane. My opinion, and this is just like has nothing to do with Tyson as a projected pro. I think right now his odds say that he would go under 8.5 in the picks tonight. So like by all means he will probably go in the top 10. The Saints don't draft LSU players. You got a really good opportunity in a deep receiver draft to get the best corner in the draft at 8. And Mickey Loomis, for the first time in a long time, it feels like has some like positive momentum because they drafted really well last year.
Got a little juice to him.
Yeah, and so I think that you can capitalize on that by having another year of having a good draft for one, but also like do yourself a favor and get in the good graces of some of the fans around the state and get a kid from like Mansour Delane. Because here's the thing too, there's not a defensive back at like the CB2 in this draft is either probably Colton Hood from Tennessee. Or Jermod McCoy from Tennessee, and he's got a lot of injuries. Like the difference between the best corner and the second best corner is a mile wide. The difference between getting a guy like Tyson and I think maybe a Chris Bell in like the second round from Louisville, I think that's where they should go.
Yeah, and of course they're going to have to go wide receiver at some point. And I think a lot of this, these odds come from predicted availability as well. You got to think Jordan Tyson is going to be available. You got to think Mansour has a good chance of being available.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some movement. There's going to be trades. There's going to be things happen in the first 5 picks, probably at least the first 10 that you didn't think were going to happen, because you can mock draft all you want. Everybody can do all these expert things, but you really don't know how the draft, the trades are going to take place. But your top 3: Jordan Tyson, Mansour Delane, and Carnell Tate in at least the betting odds.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 favorites in the betting odds. Probably a lot of that is dictated on availability.
Right.
Ruben Bain Jr. is who I would probably lean towards, but I don't know if he's going to be there or not. So
his stock has fallen over
his arms.
His little arms.
T-Rex.
Little T-Rex arms. Him and Will Campbell. I mean, which again, like I know Will Campbell struggled a little bit at the end of the season. That's still an elite offensive lineman, an elite left tackle, even at the NFL level. I think Bain will be fine. I mean, there's so much tape. You see his bend at his pro day? I mean, like, it was incredible. He's a freak athlete.
It doesn't hurt you as a defensive end unless that's like a go-to weapon for you to use your arm length.
Yeah, go gadget arms.
Yeah, but look, there's a really high probability that the Saints fans, for the majority, will be happier today than they have been for the majority of the last decade after day one of the draft, because I think you're going to get an immediate impact player. You're going to get a guy that's a little sexier position than what they're used to picking at that spot. And Mickey Loomis, he spoke yesterday, and he did say that they're comfortable where they're at. Now, they're always going to look to see if there's a good opportunity, but he seems to be, based on his verbiage yesterday and the way he talked, that they're going to be a little bit more risk averse, and because they know at 8 they are going to get a good player, and there's going to be a good player available. Now, it might not be the one that they have as 1A, but it might be their 1B, 1C guy. So he said they're going to be risk averse, and I think he understands that they're not just one player away. So don't do anything dumb as far as like trading away a lot of assets and trying to move up.
Yeah.
At least with that first pick, I think it's just of a spot.
I love what you said. I think the best point that anyone has made ever, Matt, is what you just said.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, of course. And that is they're gonna draft someone at a much sexier position than what they usually do. Like that offensive line spot has been like, I mean, I think the last 2 years.
Interior offensive line, interior defensive line. Oh yeah.
And so like getting a guy like even this guy Bain, like, and I think Bain, his name hasn't been like used as much or said as much around the Saints, I feel like, just because his name's also just sliding because of all the news that came out, a week or so ago. So,
but let's not get it twisted.
Pick.
How good did people think he was before they put a measuring tape on his shoulder and stretched it to his wrist?
Isn't that crazy? I mean, like, when you just watched him play football, how good of a football player did you think he was? And then it was like, wait a second, he's got T-Rex arms. We don't like that.
Kind of shocking that, they don't use actual football tape to judge a football player at all times. They like to nitpick a little bit, but, I get it. Jake, I think Jake didn't like his arm length either, so we can blame that.
Jake didn't like his own arm length?
No, Reuben Baines.
Okay, Jake has great arms.
I think the same length arms, Jake.
Are they the same size?
No, not at all.
We should draft Hester, dude. Has
should
anyone
draft
told Loomis? Come on.
He's available.
You want to talk about winning over a fan base?
Well, that's right. All right, we're gonna go to break, and when we come back, we'll keep talking NFL draft. We'll dive into some SEC baseball, some LSU baseball, all things SEC right here with Chris Marler. So stick with us right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
All right, if you work in an office and you need it to run, perfectly, smoothly, and you want to work with the best office technology company around, go to Gulf Coast Office Products, Louisiana's leader in that office technology. And for over 40 years, Gulf Coast has kept businesses like yours running smoothly with the best printers, the best copiers, managed IT services that actually make a difference. But what really sets Gulf Coast apart is it's the people. It's the customer service. It's calling somebody in the middle of the day when those printers and copiers go down and being able to speak with somebody that's going to get a technician there fast. Their award-winning local service team responds fast and keeps you up and running and treats your business like it's their own. That's why you'll see their names in offices and schools, athletic departments. That's why they're proud partners of the LSU Tigers, the New Orleans Saints, the Pelicans, you name it. They are the best in the business for offices all over Louisiana. So if your business needs reliable printers and they need that better technology and that better service, go to Gulf Coast Office Products, Louisiana-owned, locally staffed, built on service, gcop.com.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back here to Off the Bench Thursday morning. Hey, Chris, it's already the third segment, dude.
I know.
7:39.
The best day of my life.
Kids are in carpool, just listening to you.
Kids are listening?
Yeah, so before 8 a.m., we keep it clean.
Oh, okay. And then at 8:01, game time.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. But that is, that's kind of the way it goes here. So before you slip up, I know you got a potty mouth.
Yeah, so do you think that 39 minutes into the show was the best time to tell me that, or maybe before we started doing the show on live YouTube?
Probably should have said it a little bit before, but
we haven't said anything bad yet, have we?
But that's on me. I have to kind of lead this show today, and there's a lot happening, and I'm a diagnosed squirrels here.
Yeah.
And I think do you dabble
too,
as well in the squirrels?
In the ADHD?
And
badly.
And so so we're in a situation right now where we're at the LSU parade grounds, and there's
no parades.
There's no parades. There's huge trees, big live oaks, and there's literally squirrels everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a squirrel right there. There was two chasing up this tree a second ago. So you're going to see it for real. We are squirrel seers, so we might see a couple today.
Well, let me also, I don't want you to speak for me on that after hearing you describe yourself, because when you said that, I thought you meant metaphorically, and then you actually pointed out all of the squirrels that were on your six, in Call of Duty, and now I'm worried that you're way too into squirrels, a big squirrel guy. Matt Flynn, squirrel guy.
Known squirrel guy. Well, it is how I kind of. It is kind of how we do describe.
Yeah.
It's a medical disease.
ADHD.
Yeah. It's diagnosed.
It is.
And but we call it just squirrels again.
Okay.
But today it's kind of a literal thing.
Yeah. I'm Matt Flynn. These are my top 5 squirrels for 2026.
What is wrong with you?
It's the ADHD.
I actually do kind of feel like I'll say that quite a bit today. But to remind everybody, we are at the LSU Parade Grounds. We are on Team Cate today, Cate Hargett. We are asking people all day long, all shows, if you're just joining the show, our show, Off the Bench, the Hunt Palmer Show, or HPS shows, is how Cassie likes to refer to it. And then Matt Moscona's show will be brought to you right here from the Parade Grounds. And we are trying to encourage people to come and get swabbed. Cate Hargett, Team Cate, They are looking for a bone marrow match. It is just a simple little cheek swab, and to save a life. She is diagnosed this past fall with a rare form of cancer and needs a bone marrow transplant. And it's a very rare thing to find, but it's for a great cause. So you can go check it out. You can actually go to, let's see, my.nmdp.org/Team Cate, and you can complete a registration right there. And if you can't make it in to the parade grounds, if you're out of town, whatever, you can go there and sign up, and they'll actually send you a cheek swab kit. So that is my.nmdp.org/Team Cate. You can complete that registration right there. So.
Again, you guys might not know if you're a match. So come on down, get swabbed up.
That's right.
There you go.
And it's for a fantastic save a life. She's 11 years old, got diagnosed with this rare form, and it's kind of a race against the clock as well. And they've done this at, I think, 2 or 3 universities already, and no matches, like thousands of cheek swabs already with no match. So it is how cool would it be if at LSU we could find that match today for her and save a life. So it'll be fantastic. All right, NFL Draft is tonight. And I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm fired up. I'll tell you what, my 11-year-old Huck, he is so excited. He's been talking about this for like 2 or 3.
The draft?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's excited for the draft, which is, good for him, man. He's a football guy. He is ready to roll. He is looking to see Fernando Mendoza.
So, hold on. I told you this off air, and we're going to talk about it at some point when the sun goes down. But there is...
Cassie, can you block that sun for us?
Yeah, can you stand up a little bit? And I need some more caffeine, if you don't mind. So there's, BetOnline has, prop bets for the first round that have nothing to do with, actual football. Okay. So you can bet on how many times that he is going to reference...
Yeah, I would love to get into some of those fun prop bets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it later?
Probably shoot. We can... Give me one. You got something pulled up right now?
You can bet on who he's going to hug first. His mom, obviously, right? And then
because he's not there. He's on the green room. He's at his own
he's going to be
party.
At home. Yeah. Here's the one that I think that everyone should hammer money on, just flat out. And I don't want to tell you how to spend your money unless it's in timeshares, because then that is also a very good investment. So here's the thing:
try getting out of it, bud. Got special attorneys for that.
That's how I've met my fiance. We've been in a timeshare together for 17 years.
Clearly.
Okay, so here's the deal. If you go to BetOnline, or I think they have it on some other sites too, but BetOnline specifically, you can bet on over under how many dogs will be seen in the broadcast. And I want you to hear me out on the lore of this bet, because they started this in the COVID year when everyone was zooming in. And it was how many cats are going to be on? The over under was at 0.5. Half a cat is all we're talking about. Tristan Wirfs had 3 cats in his one little Zoom thing. So we're asking how many dogs on the broadcast? 1.5 dogs on the broadcast is all we need. Kirk Herbstreit's going to be there. That guy doesn't go to the bathroom without his dog. So that's one dog. Okay. You're telling me there's not a stray dog running around Pittsburgh? Let alone in someone's home?
Is Mendoza, is this party at his house?
Yeah.
Okay.
He feels like a dog guy.
Is Herbstreit, is he part of the draft coverage?
Yeah. He's been posting about it with pictures of his dog.
Okay, so it's just the cover. So once they come back from break to when they go away from break. So they're going to have some B-roll cutaways from Pittsburgh area.
4.5 hours. I need one dog that's not Kirk Herbstreit's. That's it. It's already a built-in kind of a cheat code, because it's you set the line at 1.5.
And
but we already have.
And it'll probably be about 3 hours, probably. I would
4,
think.
yeah.
3 or 4.
No, 3.5. You're right.
3.5.
Yeah.
So we got 3.5 hours to find an extra dog.
Yeah.
At least a half one.
At least, yeah. We got.
Hey, do you got to see all 4 paws, you think? What if you catch 2 paws?
That is the actual half. You get a push. That sucks. That's the worst. Worst beat ever. We're going to be on SVP Bad Beats. That dog had 1 leg, so we did not cover.
Oh, gosh.
This is what I bring to the show. I'm glad we're here.
There's going to be a lot of that this morning. Again, literal squirrels everywhere. Yeah. So we'll see. But you know what? You know who wins every time? It's Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go Tommys.com. Go to GoTommys.com. GEAUX, Tommys.com. And that is Tommy with a Y. You can go check him out for the best windows, doors, sidings around. Marla, this is when you would say, yo, Tommy, really loud.
Yo, Tommy!
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That was pretty good. Nice little accent you threw in there with it. They are the best in the business. You can go check them out. And why are they the best? It's not just me saying it. It's definitely not just Marler saying it.
Definitely not.
It's Angie. Angie Super Service Award winner for the last, I don't even know, can't even count, since 2016. Every single year since 2016.
10.
They are the best. Lifetime warranties on anything they touch and install. So if you got a project happening, make sure you call Tommy and his team to give you a price, talk about the project, and see why they are the best. Go to GoTommys.com.
Tommy!
You always do it once, dude.
Dang it. Tommy 2 times.
Tommy 2 times. All right.
Cassie's having fun.
Yes, she is. I wanted to bring up, we were just talking about the
Draft.
odds for the Saints picking.
Yeah.
And we told you the top 4, but I wanted to kind of close out that list before we go to break here. So we told you the top 4, Jordan Tyson at plus 225, Mansour Delane at plus 450, Carnell Tate plus 500, Reuben Bain Jr. plus 600. Then we get to safety Caleb Downs, who's plus 1,000.
That's wild to me.
Tight end Kenyon Sadiq at plus 1,200, which I definitely don't see them going tight end at 8. Defensive back Jermod McCoy plus 14. Mekhi Lemon at plus 1,600. Then it kind of gets Sonny Styles at plus 1,800. I think that would certainly be
He will not be there.
He will probably not be there.
If he is, they will take him. But I don't.
Yeah, if anything else, I think that the Cowboys move up in front of him, in front of the Saints to take him. I don't know if he goes. He's one of those guys that wouldn't be shocked if he goes top 5, but also wouldn't be shocked if he goes like 6 or 7 right there.
Right.
Now, of this list, and I know we got some like really high odds. You got Jeremiah Love, David Bailey. Who outside the top 4 here would you predict if you if you're trying to make a quick buck?
Yeah.
Bet 10
from value.
100. Yeah.
So this sounds lame because it's the 2 people that are right below those names on the graphic.
Well,
but I think
lame.
also, it's not. I mean, it's not. That's like, it's still great value. You talk about Caleb Downs at plus 1,000, and then Sonny Styles, or not Sonny Styles, Kenyon Sadiq at plus 1,200. I'm with you. I don't think they will go tight end at 8. But here's the other thing too. When you have like people in the draft love freaks, right? We all do. And so I think, okay, so the phrasing, anyway, so Kenyon Sadiq is the guy that's an absolute freak. He went to the combine. He had one of the best combines ever for a tight end. Like, I think it was like the best one in 20-something plus years when that kid from Maryland or NC State or whatever. Caleb Downs and him, I think if Caleb Downs is there and maybe you like somehow Tyson or Tate are gone, I don't know how you necessarily pass up on a guy like Caleb Downs. I think that is a plug-and-play 8 to 10-year starter in the NFL. I mean, when he was at Bama as a freshman, Saban said he was one of the smartest players he had ever coached. He's only there for 1 year, right out of high school at Mill Creek over there in Gwinnett County, Georgia. But I like Sadiq, man. He's a freak of nature. And you also lost a couple pieces at tight end.
Yep. This first round is going to be real top-heavy. The top 10 picks are going to be pretty much, as close as you can get to can't-miss guys, but then after that, it's going to get a little dicey. All right, we're going to go to break right now, and when we come back, we're going to have a little short segment, but we're going to close out hour number 1 right here from the LSU Parade Grounds.
Off the bench.
All right, I can feel that sun. It's getting real hot right now. It's about to start getting real hot here in Louisiana, especially down here in South Louisiana. So make sure you get your air conditioners checked. Make sure you got them up and running, and make sure you're working with the best air conditioning company around. That is Emerson Heating and Air. So when that air conditioning does go out and it's the middle of the summer, it's an absolute emergency. That's why you go to emsair.net for Emerson Heating and Air. And if you get a check and another AC company tells you, hey, you need a whole system change, you got to change everything out, well, if you went to the doctor, you get a second opinion. Get a second opinion because it's expensive. It's pricey to change out those AC units. Emerson will come and give you a free estimate, a free quote, and a free second opinion. And mention you heard about us on OTB, and you get that, and that second opinion will be free. And also, if you need a little spring maintenance, a little spring service, OTB $89 special. Regularly $130, but for OTB listeners, $89. So go get that AC unit checked. That's emsair.net. Emerson Heating and Air.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back here to Off the Bench. We are closing out our number 1 here on a Thursday morning live from the LSU Parade Grounds. And surprise, surprise, we ran late and we got a short segment. Marler, it's your fault. This is the first time on this show.
Shut up.
What were you about to say? That's the one thing you can't do.
I didn't say it, so we're good.
That is 100% the one thing you cannot do. Wow. Well, Chris Marler, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
All right. Man,
back
that
to
was
dogs.
Hey, let me tell you, that was close.
I don't think it was that close.
You started saying
frickin'.
Yeah, well. Okay.
I'll just do the Joe Pesci thing. Like the thing like in TBS when it's like, what the fruit are you talking about? Yeah, I don't like that.
That's true. Well, don't give kids ideas.
YouTube.
Kids
you can say whatever.
Kids are on carpool. Don't give them ideas. It's not 8 yet.
I forgot.
You forgot.
I thought we were on Eastern time. Time change has been a tough one. By the way, if you're living in East Coast time, that is the worst time zone.
It is the worst time zone. I would agree with that 100%. And I've thought about this a lot.
Yeah, I bet
East Coast is terrible.
Well, that seems way more like painting like a broad brush stroke. What's the phrase?
I don't know. But we're gonna go to break here. We're gonna close that hour number 1. When we come back, we'll be right from
out with soap.
Yeah, we're gonna keep talking draft and LSU sports.
Off the bench.
All right, go to Rouses.com. All right, it's Thursday. You might be throwing a little draft party, see where the Saints are going. See, the Saints are going with that number 8 pick. Well, make sure you're going and stocking up, whether it's on your beers, your chips, your pre-made sandwiches, your whatever it is. Go to Rouses, your local Rouses market. And you know what? You can go to Rouses.com as well. Marler's like, what? Why would you send me to a website for a grocery store? Well, because you can go to that website, Rouses.com. You can type in your zip code, and it'll show you at your closest Rouse's Market what kind of sales they're having, what kind of specials, where you can save some moolah and some cash right there at Rouse's Market. So local grocery store, but you can catch them all the way in the Gulf South. So go check it out. You're going to go get your groceries. Make sure you're doing it with a local company that's staffed and amazing. And I have all the best stuff. Oh yeah, you can also get your My High right there at Rouse's, Rouses.com.